Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to week 4 of the NCP Nimbus. The Detroit Steelwings are prepping to take on my friend Jorge and the San Ant Eggys. If you guys are excited, show some love on the like button down below. And of course, if you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for more. You guys may notice this a little bit different than what we have for our normal team builder, and we will go on ahead and do that. But I wanted to make some comments about the team transactions that were made before we hop right on into the team builder. After last week, we are currently 0-3 and we are -9. And frankly, that doesn't sit well with me. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to make a video explaining a few transactions that have taken place since last week's battle that are effective for this coming week for the battle that you are about to see. So we did drop a few members of the team and we did pick up a few new members of the team. So the Pokemon that we dropped in total, we dropped Reuniclus, we dropped Umbreon, we dropped Incineroar, and we dropped Togetic. So we dropped 2 dark types, a psychic type, a fire type, and a fairy type. And in order to kind of patch those things up, our first thing after last week was that I wanted to make sure that we could have a ground type. That was number 1. I needed a ground type because otherwise electric types just kind of do their thing to my team. I wanted a little bit more offensive presence right out the gates. I wanted to have a little bit more support on the team. Of course, it's always important to have things like fairy types and all that, especially in draft league where dragon types can really just be overpowering in general, and then just kind of diversify the team a little bit. So we did lose some bulk, we picked up some power, and we continue to have, you know, I think an overall very, very beneficial team. So the first Pokemon that we picked up in free agency, we dropped Incineroar and we picked up Alolan Ninetales. Now Alolan Ninetales is really, really cool. It does have, first out the gate, it has Snow Warning, which assists. We do still have Blueberry the Beartic. It does assist Beartic with Slush Rush, so that does put up the hail for that, which is really, really awesome. Another thing that it does have is a very fast speed tier at 109. The base 81 special attack stat doesn't boast too strongly, but being able to set up the hail automatically, having a very fast access to Aurora Veil is very, very nice. I've never had the chance to use Veil offense in draft league, so I'm looking forward to that. We can set up with things like Calm Mind. We can toss off Freeze Dry, so they're super effective against water types. We can set up with Nasty Plot. We've got access to moves like Moonblast. We have moves like Blizzard, which hit 100% of the time under snow. So it is very, very nice here to have this Pokemon, quite frankly. It still provides us fairy typing. It provides us an offensive fairy typing, which is really, really nice to have. And it also provides a hail setter to assist with Beartic. Being able to provide the Veil for the rest of our team as well is also very beneficial because we do have some Pokemon that can set up and appreciate that. The next Pokemon that we did drop in free agency, we dropped Reuniclus for Hidden Below the Diggersby. Diggersby is a normal ground type Pokemon with the huge power, so the attack stat is doubled. So although it only has base 56 attack stat, doubling that to 112 is really, really nice, especially because we have access to set up with things like Swords Dance. We can toss a band on it, a scarf on it. It hits really, really hard. 78 base speed but you know, that's something we can work around as well. We do have access to several different opportunities for setups, such as a bulk up, such as agility, such as Swords Dance. We can hit with moves like Earthquake. If we get status, we can Facade. We've got Body Slam, which is currently, I believe, outside of I'm pretty sure actually that is the hardest hitting normal type move we can go for is Body Slam, since Return is no longer in the game. But we've got a decent amount of coverage. Mega Kick, excuse me. We can go for Mega Kick, but other than that, we've got access to Pivot, Momentum, and U-Turn. We can use moves like Super Fang. We can hit really hard with Earthquake. It does provide us a Spiker, which is really, really nice to have. And then it does also provide us with a Electric Immunity, because as we saw last week, Toxtricity just kind of ran us. So being able to have a ground type to have that Electric Immunity is really, really nice overall. The next Pokemon that we did make free agency moves for was we dropped Togetic and we picked up Scrafty. Now, Scrafty is always a really good Pokemon in draft league on paper, in my opinion, because it has 3 great abilities. It has Intimidate, so we lost an Intimidator, but we picked up an Intimidator. We lost a Dark type, but we picked up a Dark type. And then it also has 2 other really good abilities with Moxie, so if we knock out a Pokemon, our attack stage gets boosted by 1. And then we also have Shed Skin. It's a 33% chance to have our status cured at the end of each turn, which is really beneficial for moves like Scald, for moves like Rest, for Paralysis, anything like that. It has a ton of moves that can be beneficial. Has access to Brick Break to remove screens. It can set up with Bulk Up, Close Combat, and Crunch. Does have access to set up through Dragon Dance. It can get some recovery through Drain Punch. It has priority and Fake Out. He can sub focus punch. Scrafty could be something. Head smash and high jump kick are available. Ice punch, iron head, low kick, poison jab. Set up through power up punch if need be. Stone edge, we can taunt. We can throat chop some fairies. We can throat chop people. Thunder punch, zen headbutts. We can acid spray to drop some special defense around. We have access to counter. I mean, it's a fantastic Pokemon, and I think it provides a really pivotal role in our team, being able to give us not only a bit more offensive presence, but also naturally it is a rather bulky Pokemon. I mean, 115 in defense and special defense alongside a base 90 attack is I like it. I like it a lot. I think Scrafty provides a lot to our team in the presence of the physical attacker and Incineroar that we dropped. And then the last Pokemon on the team, we didn't have an electric type, and I wanted my own electric type, frankly. So the last transaction that we made was actually, let me get this in here because we're bringing him back straight from the WBE. We are bringing back Kevin. He's your biggest fan, and he's mine as well. Kevin is electric flying type. Since this is a post-home league, Kevin does have access to defog. So where we dropped one defogger, we picked up another defogger. We still do have our spinner in the form of Hitmontop as well. It is fast with base 86 speed, has pretty good bulk with 107 in defense and special defense, and then hits pretty hard off the base 105 special attack there. Being able to Nasty Plot, Will-O-Wisp, Thunder Wave, Trick. It has a ton of utility on the team. The flying weak, so Mold Breaker, Earthquake obviously takes care of a lot of the Rotom forms, but we're the only Rotom form that doesn't care about Earthquake in any way because we're flying type. So we've got that, put it on an air balloon, and then we're really just like doubling down on our ground immunity with this Pokemon. But those are the free agent transactions I made. If you guys want to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, feel free to. But now we are going to hop right on into the team builder. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to take on my man Sir Jorge the Great and the San and Eggys. If you guys are excited, show some love on that like button. If you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for more. And of course, we're gonna go full screen. Don't forget, check out some merch. Get you some merch. Get a hoodie, get a pillow, get a sticker. Support the team. Wear your hoodie with me every week as we go to rock in and rock out against some of the best coaches in league formats. And of course, if you guys, I would encourage you to go check out my opponent, check out their site as well. Link to Jorge's channel will be in the description down below. It is a really solid matchup that we have this week, and I think we've got the 6 to beat it. You guys are going to see some new faces if you skipped ahead from the free agent talk into the team builder here. So without further ado, you guys are going to start to see the teams appear on screen right about now. My opponent has the Gyarados, has Poltegeist, Phalanx, Charizard, Rotom-Mow, Ribombee, Type Null, Avalugg, Ferroseed, and Unpheasant. Some notes about my opponent's team here are that he does have a Rocker and a Spiker in the form of Ferroseed. He has no Cleric ability on his team. And then he does have a Spinner in the form of Avalugg, and he has 2 Defoggers in the form of Unpheasant and Rotom-Mow. All of that being said, the first thing I took a look at his team, and probably one of my favorite things to do in league format, is when I see that my opponent does not have a grounded poison type, I love the idea to bring T-Spike. So we are bringing T-Spike this week. First up on the board, we are bringing Bouquet the Roserade. She is rocking the Black Sludge with the Natural Cure ability. Toxic Spikes, Sludge Bomb, Leaf Storm, and Spikes. 28 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in special attack, 228 EVs in speed with a Timid Nature. The 228 EVs in speed with a Timid Nature allows us to outspeed Rotom-Mow, hit it with a super effective Sludge Bomb. We are also outpacing the remainder of the team, Pokemon like Phalanx, Pokemon like Poltegeist, Pokemon like Gyarados, Pokemon like Type Null, Avalugg, Ferroseed, Unpheasant. We have to worry about Charizard, and we have to worry about Ribombee. And of course, Phalanx does have access to its Omni Boost move, No Retreat. That is something to keep in mind, but we should be able to hit it really, really hard with a Leaf Storm ahead of time. Toxic Spikes are really great this matchup. He has a his Rapid Spinner doesn't like to come in on rocks. His Defoggers really allow us some free momentum to switch around. So I do enjoy the idea of Toxic Spikes and bringing our own spikes as well to help that out. And some people may be looking at that and thinking, why didn't I opt for something like Stealth Rocks? The reason for that is if he does bring a Gyarados, it's more than likely going to be some form of a setup variant, and I'd anticipate it to have like heavy duty boots. Same thing with the Charizard. Ribombee may be the only Pokemon, and Avalugg also really appreciates heavy duty boots. Ribombee may carry it. Ribombee also may be a choice to offense as well, so that may be a little bit hindsight in my opinion, that maybe Rocks might have been better. But I feel like the combination between the two, Toxic Spikes being able to poison the Poltegeist, being able to poison the Phalanx, being able to poison the Rabombi. Type Null is a huge one. Avalugg are both huge ones that we can take advantage of with that. Being able to keep him offensive pressure on with spikes are also going to start wearing down those Pokemon as well. So Pokemon that we would have Stealth Rocks for, I really think are probably going to come with heavy duty boots. So that's why I ran T-Spikes and Spikes. 28 HP gives us an odd number to come in on any hazards of our own as well. The next Pokemon we are bringing is Kevin, the Rotom fan. He's back. He's your biggest fan, as he is mine. He is rocking his heavy duty boots with the Levitate ability, Defog, Thunderbolt, Air Slash, and Pain Split. 252 EVs in HP, 4 in special attack, 252 EVs in speed with a timid nature. With the timid nature, we are speed tying the Rotom as well. And then we are outpacing, of course, things like Gyarados, Poltegeist, Phalanx, a lot of Pokemon. Rotom fan put in a ton of work this week, and it was really hard for me to put Kevin in a supportive role because of Pokemon like Gyarados, of Pokemon like Phalanx, of Pokemon like Charizard, of Rabombi. It was really hard for me to not put Nasty Plot 3 Attack or something like that on there. But I do think Rotom fan I think Kevin is going to put in a ton of work here. Pain Split to be able to wear down some of the bulkier Pokemon on my opponent's team, such as Type Null, such as getting as much chip damage as we can off on things like Ferroseed that may switch in. Off things like Gyarados as well. I think that is going to be I think it's going to be very beneficial to us, and I think truthfully he may prep for a more offensive Rotom as well, considering that he does not have a ground type. So being in the same position that I was previously, I think he will expect an offensive one and maybe play differently about that. Being able to Pain Split away some of those bulkier Pokemon to allow the remainder of our team to put in as much work as possible is going to be very crucial to us. So Pain Split for the recovery, Dual Stab does wonders to the team, and then Defog in case he does have access to rocks, he does have access to spikes in case we need to get rid of any of the hazards that he might want to set up, as well as Sticky Webs on Rabombi, which I failed to mention earlier. But Sticky Webs are a big thing that we need to worry about. The next Pokemon we are bringing is CBAD Bless, the Jirachi. CBAD Bless is rocking their choice Scarf with the Serene Grace ability. Iron Head, Thunder Punch. I tricked you. We're bringing Stealth Rocks as well. Fire Punch, you guys are probably like, oh, see, that's a really good idea. You probably shouldn't bring Stealth Rock. You know, heavy duty. I'm bringing rocks anyway. Iron Head, Thunder Punch, Stealth Rock, and Fire Punch. 252 EVs in attack, 4 in defense, 252 EVs in speed with an adamant nature. With this speed tier, we can outpace +1 Rotom. We can outpace so Scarf Rotom, +1 Gyarados, +1 Phalanx. Poltegeist, if it shell smashes, is going to be a little bit problematic, but we'll get to that here in a second. But Thunder Punch and Fire Punch do great against my opponent. Thunder Punch hits things like the Gyarados, hits things like the Charizard, hits things like the Unpheasant. Fire Punch hits things like Avalugg and Ferroseed. Iron Head is there because Iron Head does what Iron Head does best on a Serene Grace Mon. And then again, Stealth Rocks are something that we do want to have on the team, just in case, you know, he does not opt to bring heavy duty boots on 9 of his 10 Pokemon. That being said, I think he would bring 3 Pokemon that would be affected by rocks. So ultimately, that's why I decided to go with this stuff. I did debate Iron Head coverage move U-turn, but I do think Stealth Rocks are going to be beneficial. Especially pairing it with as much hazard control as with as many hazards as we can. If we can stack, we are looking very nice. But all that the adamant nature just provides the most possible damage output for a lot of these moves. The next Pokemon we're bringing, another newcomer this week. We're bringing Sub-Zero, the Alolan Ninetales. Sub-Zero is rocking his choice specs with the Snow Warning ability, Blizzard, Moonblast, Freeze Dry, and Aurora Veil. 68 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in special attack, 188 EVs in speed with a timid nature. With the 188 EVs in speed and a timid nature, we are outspeeding everything except for Rabombi or a Choice Scarf Pokemon. So we're outspeeding Charizard and below. Choice Specs Blizzard gets so much on my opponent's team. It is not even funny. Choice Specs Blizzard hits so much on my opponent's team. It is not even funny. Moonblast hits things like the Phalanx for super effective damage. Moonblast is also another good move to spam outside of Snow Warning if we do not have access to, because he does not have much that really wants to take us Specs Moonblast. The Charizard, if it is a defensive set, and then the Ferroseed. And then we do have Freeze Dry in case we do need to go and hit the Gyarados for quad damage, for 4 times effective damage. And then Aurora Veil is our last move. We do have some Pokemon that can put in some work underneath Aurora Veil. So being able to just get as much potential out of that as we can is going to be very nice for us. So Ultimately, I think I would anticipate something like a Rabambi lead for my opponent. I think leading off with Alola Ninetales and just starting to just not like click Choice Specs Blizzard is going to be very beneficial, especially getting that hail up early will help out as well. The next Pokemon I'm bringing on the team is Defensive Toxapex. Plague is coming back. Plague was like, don't get rid of all this stall. And I was like, okay, we won't. Plague is rocking the Black Sludge with the Regenerator ability. Recover, Scald, Haze, and Knockoff. 252 EVs in HP. 4 in attack, 252 EVs in defense with a relaxed nature. The Knockoff is good for utility in case he decides to switch around on Pokemon. Removing Eviolite from type Null. Removing any heavy duty boot Pokemon. Eviolite on Ferroseed. Any choice items that may be potential, any white herbs that might be on Poltegeist, things like that. Any offensive moves on, or any offensive items on things like Phalanx as well. Gyarados, being able to remove any items that may have. Haze is really nice. He does have a lot of setup potential with his Mons with Pokemon like Dragon Dance Gyarados, Shell Smash Poltegeist, Nova Tree Phalanx, Dragon Dance Charizard, Nasty Plot Rotom-Mow, Quiver Dance Rabambi. This Pokemon also does help out a lot with Rabambi as well. Swords Dance type Null. I mean, it really does. Haze just helps out a lot. And the idea was tossed around to replace Knockoff with Toxic. I do think getting the Toxic spikes up will be a little bit more beneficial to us. So that way when Pokemon switch in, they're automatically getting poisoned or badly poisoned. And then we can just click Knockoff and remove an item. Being said, Toxapec's doing what Toxapec does best. The last Pokemon we're bringing on the team, newcomer. Again, we are bringing 3 newcomers this week. Alexandria the Scrafty. She is rocking her leftovers with the Shed Skin ability. Rest, Bulk Up, Knock Punch, Knock Off, and Drain Punch. 244 EVs in HP, 140 EVs in attack, 4 EVs in defense, 92 EVs in special defense, 28 EVs in speed with a careful nature. This is like my Poltegeist check, because if Poltegeist comes in and clicks Shell Smash, we're kind of in a bad spot. I needed a stored power resist, and it doesn't get any fairy coverage. So Giga Drain is the best thing that he can that this can do anything with. We do outspeed an uninvested type Null with this setup. This is our setup Pokemon that does do well under Veil, being able to get some bulk ups up to increase our own natural defense, and then being able to potentially shed skin off the sleep from rest is also very nice. Just taking those hits a little bit better. Drain Punch and leftovers for the recovery. He doesn't have much that likes a Drain Punch, and if it likes a Drain Punch, it doesn't like a knockoff, let alone a potentially boosted knockoff from a dark type Pokemon. So this Pokemon is going to be really nice to help out with special hits. We also are eating moves from the Rotom-Mow as well. Being able to take boosted Leaf Storms and stuff like that based off our own natural bulk is really beneficial for us. So that is going to be the team. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the team builder down below. Now, part 3 of the video, we're going to go hop right into the battle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 4 of the NCP Nimbus. The Detroit Steelwings taking on the San Ant Eggys and my man Sir Jorge the Great. If you guys are excited, show some love. If you guys missed the team builder, you guys see the 6 I'm bringing, the 6 I think he's bringing. Of course, if you guys are new, feel free to subscribe for more. Check out the opponent's side of the battle. Of course, pick up a t-shirt if you're feeling like it. I'm going to press A, and we are going to get right into this battle. I definitely think the 6 that he are bringing are pretty up there. So we do see the Rabambi, we do see the Rotom-Mow, we see Gyarados, we do not see Avalugg. Instead, we see Ferroseed. And instead of the type Null, we see the Charizard. So I might like leading rocks personally. But let me I already know my lead, so let me change up my opponent's team here. We have no Avalugg, but instead we have Ferroseed. And then no Phalanx, or no type Null, excuse me, but instead we have Charizard. All right, perfect. We're looking good. Let me go on ahead and choose the first Pokemon. I do frankly like leading Alola Ninetales first off, in case it is a Rabambi lead. That is for certain, but I am going to go on ahead and queue it up. I do think that Rabambi lead is pretty inevitable. So let me go ahead and fill out what I know about the team. Ferroseed will have the Eviolite. Gyarados could have several abilities. Rabambi is going to have Shield Dust. I assume Gyarados, Charizard, or maybe even both have the heavy duty boots. So we'll see. As my opponent leads off with Kevin ? Which is the Rotom-Mow. If it is Scarf, it is going to outspeed us. And if it is not Scarf, then it has taken a big old Blizzard. And I am just going straight out the gate with a Choice Specs Blizzard. Quite frankly, there is not much I need to think about when it comes to that. there is not much. Unless, let me check out Rotom, Mo, Scarf. What do you do to me if I'm not Scarf? Leaf Storm does about half. Blizzard knocks him out every day of the week. Blizzard time! Oh, and we're faster. Do I pop the Rotom Mo turn 1? I do! Look at that. Look at that. All right. Ninetales KO's Rotom. All right. That was a big problem. That was a big problem. I'm being completely honest there. I am being completely honest. That was going to be a huge threat. Being able to Volt Switch around. I didn't bring Diggersby, so being able to get that thing out of the gate is pretty beneficial. Goes on to Charizard here. I don't know how well Charizard takes a Specs Blizzard. Let me see. I know I'm faster unless it is a Specs out of itself. Blizzard does... Part of me wants to click Choice Specs Blizzard again. Part of me wants to be smart and keep this around. Let me go out into... Let me hit this thing with a Blizzard. Let me hit this thing with a Blizzard. I'll just click a Blizzard again. 76 to 90 to regular Charizard. Doing about 76 right there as he goes for the Flame Charge. Okay. Flame Charge. That's really nice. So he's going to be +1 speed now. So I'm glad we got that damage off when we did. Because now what I can do is I can switch out into our Toxapex here to take whatever hit he wants to go for. Flame Charge is interesting tech. I like that. Flame Charge 3 attack, so like, I don't even know what he'd want to outpace. What's cool is I'm glad we got that damage off, because another thing is that Flame Charge Charizard would have been faster than Scarf Jirachi, because Scarf Jirachi was only anticipating +1 Gyarados. We'll go out into our Toxapex here. Take whatever hit he wants to go for. We do see Flamethrower, so he has a special set. He has Flame Charge 3 attack for a special set. He's going to take some hail damage. He might try to stay around to go for like a Power Herb Solar Beam or something like that. We're going to get our Black Sludge recovery. I think clicking Knockoff is probably our best bet here. If I had to give one. I don't know if he'd want to keep Charizard around. Maybe as like Roserade and Jirachi deterrent, maybe. But seeing that he's not Life Orb, I mean, I'll go for a Knockoff here. I don't think any one move he can go for, even like a Power Herb Solar Beam, knock me out right here. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, like Solar Beam's doing 28 to 34. Like he's better up. Like a Power Herb. He withdraws. So Knockoff was our play. We're going to be able to, goes out to Spike, which is going to be the Ferroseed, I assume. Ferroseed's going to get its leftovers knocked off, which is good news for us. Or not its leftovers. Ferroseed's going to get the Eviolite knocked off. And we know it is Iron Barbs. We're going to get a little bit of our recovery here. We can go for a Scald to try to fish for a burn. The other thing we can do is we can go out into our... we can go out into a few Pokemon here. I can go out into my Roserade and set up some hazards. I can also go hard Jirachi here and click Fire Punch, and I think that's going to be my best bet. I think it's going to be my best bet. I'm trying to play this out in my head. So if I go into this and click Fire Punch, if we get the KO, that puts him in a position to go out into Gyarados. That will give me my Rotom to come in and click Thunderbolt if need be. We're going to get our Regenerator recovery there. And he does set up Stealth Rocks. Okay. So that's fine by me. I do like the idea of potentially getting up my own rocks. I did not see any on the Charizard. And I'm curious, what is... Ninetales is at 55. So we can come in on rocks again. So I don't know if I want to... Like, I feel like Fire Punch is a pretty obvious play right here. I'm going to get up my own rocks because I'm going to help out against Gyarados. It's going to break a Sash on Rabambi. Heavy Duty Boots Zard is not going to get it. And we didn't go for a Fire Punch. He goes out in a Shrimp, which is going to be that Gyarados. And Gyarados is going to have the Intimidate ability. It does have Intimidate here. So it is going to force me out. We're going to get up our own rocks as well, which is fine. This is a pretty free switch in into Rotom to click Thunderbolt. Let's go out into Rotom here. Because like I said, if he like just clicks Dragon Dance or something like that, I do have the Thunder Punch. So even if he does knock out Rotom, we are expect to outpace +1 Gyarados. He could be like +1 Wakanberry, which would put us in a little bit of a pickle, but we're still hitting really, really hard. And we've got the physically defensive Toxapex to be able to click Haze if he does get out of control, which might be our play, actually. That might be our play. Let's see what he wants to do here. If I'm not Scarfed, I hit him really, really hard with the Thunder Punch. And he could have Ice Fang as a coverage move, and he does show the Dragon Dance. All right. He does show Dragon Dance. I am going to go on ahead and click Thunderbolt here. If he's Wakan, he takes it a little bit better. He does have to have a good coverage move in place here. But I think we should be in a good position to get some big damage off. Click a Thunderbolt. I think the offensive Rotom. No, now that I see the build, I think an offensive Rotom might have done just a little bit better. But we can click Thunderbolt. I am Wakan is probably could be Wakan, he could be Boots. We'll see. He does go for a +1 Waterfall. That is not going to take us out. No flinch. We do not get the flinch, and we hit this thing with a big Thunderbolt, and that is going to knock out the Gyarados. Rotom KOs Gyara. We know that he was Dragon Dance, Waterfall. I didn't know if he was going to bring something like Ice Fang or anything like that for that. So, Phalanx could come in. Rotom's actually looking really, really nice right now. Really, really nice right now. If Charizard being heavy-duty boots might be... I think that might be the case. But let's see what exactly he brings out to revenge this. Because this Pokemon does give him a lot of problems. Kevin gives him... You don't want 0 problems with Kevin. If I'm being honest, you want 0 problems with Kevin. Goes down to overrated the Charizard. Okay. So he is heavy-duty boots. Or sacks it to rocks. He is heavy-duty boots. So we have a... we do have Alexandria we could go out into. That prompts everything else. Let's just go out into Toxapex. We've got the heavy duty boots for a rock, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll go right out in Toxapex on the flame charge. Or flamethrower, if that's how he wants to go. And now that we know that's what we have, probably I'd assume Blaze. Oh, he is in Blaze. We got to keep that into consideration. Blaze with heavy duty boots. It could be Air Slash. I'm curious what else he'd have on this. And he just does have the Flamethrower. So it's going to be Blaze boosted Flamethrower, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we are still able to take it pretty well. And we will get our Black Sludge recovery too. So now with this, I am just going to... If I recover, I'm just going to click Scald. If Ferroseed wants to come in, I will simply Fishra Burn. And if he does not want to come in, then that is fine by me because I'll get a free Scald off on this Charizard. And that'll be one problem out of the way. He withdraws. Charizard actually is really good against our team right now. If he gets a Flame Charge off. Here comes Fangirl, the Rabombi. Rabombi does not have heavy duty boots on, so we're going to get a big Scald off here. Now I'm curious what you want to do here. So I think what I do want to do is actually go straight out into... I'm going to go hard Jirachi. Because I think the only way this can pressure Toxapex. I think it's the only way this thing can pressure Toxapex is by clicking Psychic. And I think of any of the coverage moves that it has on there, I think going Jirachi is going to be our best bet. If he goes for a Stun Spore, that's a really great play, considering I could just go for another Scald. And I don't even need to click Iron Head. I can just click Fire Punch against the rest of his team. He does have the Bug Buzz. That was a pretty solid... Ooh, that's going to be some big boy damage. That is some big boy damage. Now, this could also be Scarf. I don't know if he would bring Scarf. I think Fire Punch is the best move to lock myself into. I'm just going to go for that. And I am faster, and we are going to be able to knock out the Rabambi. All right. Jirachi. KOs. Rabambi. Now, we are faster than a +1 Phalanx. It goes out into thanks, Chase. Oh, I did trade him Phalanx at the beginning of the season, so there's the reason for that. I would think right out the gate you're going to click No Retreat. I think this far... I think kind of this far in the back, you have to click it. So I'm going to go for a Fire Punch. And he has agility. Oh, no. I don't think I anticipated agility Phalanx. And he's leftovers? There's agility leftovers, and then what? Battle armor? All right. So he's faster than me now. I can go out into Sub-Zero to get some chip with Hail, which isn't a bad idea. Because then I can sack to Toxapex, or I can bring in Toxapex pretty freely and click Haze and Scald and all that fun stuff. Let's do that. Let's go out into Sub-Zero. And we're going to sack to whatever move he wants to go for to bring out Hail. Hail will help out with Charizard if it comes in. Hail will help out with the Hail will, of course, help out chip this thing down. And if he goes for like a close combat or something, that puts us in a good position to get better rolls with some of our other moves. And he has Throat Chop, actually. All right, Phalanx KOs. 9 Okay. So I think... What would you have for Roserade? I'm actually curious, because I feel like I could bring in Roserade right now. Let me check. What are your moves? Flying. You get no flying moves. Fire. You get no fire moves. Ice. All right. So Roserade versus Phalanx. Zen Headbutt he could carry, which is going to hurt us pretty hard, actually. So let's go into Alexandria here. And Alexandria is going to get the Intimidate drop on him. Oh, we're Shed Skin. Never mind. LOL. Okay. Can I set up alongside you, I wonder? Because you're going to click Close Combat, and that's going to hurt. Well, you know what? You're not going to go for Earthquake or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bait that, and I'm going to go out into Toxapex here. I'm going to bait a Close Combat here, or other fighting move. And see if I can scout. Brick Break. Okay, so he's not Close Combat, so he's playing that well. We are going to see if there is a Zen Headbutt. Because that Zen Headbutt may play the difference here. Phalanx. 31 to 38 if he is Expert Belt, which he's not. So, yeah, Zen Headbutt should not be doing too much to us. I think what I will do first is just click Recover, because I want to be in a healthy position to take on Charizard, and I also want to see what he wants to go for. If he does carry the Earthquake. So you know it's Battle Armor, Leftovers, Agility, Throat Chop, Brick Break, Blank. So Toxapex should be able to beat it 1v1. It said Throat Chop again. Doesn't have Zen Headbutt? Okay. He's going to get buffeted by another turn of hail. So our hail has neutralized his leftovers long enough. And now we can start clicking Scald. We can start clicking Scald now, and that should put us in a pretty solid position here. I am going to get his recovery out of here first by clicking Knockoff. I'm going to knock off the leftovers. Or I'm going to get more damage on Ferroseed. If it wants to come in. He goes for Throat Chop again. Okay, that's fine. That was a crit. That is fine. We will Black Sludge recover that up. I'm going to knock off those pesky leftovers. And we're going to get one more turn of hail out of this. I think that's our last turn as well. So we have nitpicked as much as we can on this. We have nitpicked as much as we can, and now I can just simply go for Scald. And that is going to knock out Charizard. That is going to get burn damage potentially on Ferroseed as he goes out into Spike, which is the Ferroseed. Going to take a little bit more Spikes damage, and then we are going to be able to go for our Scald here. So maybe a burn, maybe a burn, maybe a burn, maybe a burn. We snag the burn. All right. I think like a Leech Seed might come off here. So we can, well, let's see what he wants to go for. Let's get as much damage as we can on this thing. I'm going to click Scald again. Like I said, Leech Seed could go off. Spikes could go off. Spikes would be pretty upsetting. Leech Seed. Okay, so we should have went out in a Roserade. But Roserade really can't do too much to it other than set up a Spike of our own to help out with Phalanx. So he's going to get a little bit of Leech Seed recovery and then take some burn damage. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to use this opportunity to get my Regenerator boost. And what I want to do is I go out into Kevin. I'm going to go out into Kevin here. I'm going to go on to Kevin. I'm going to defog. Am I going to defog? I'm going to Air Slash. I'm going to Air Slash. Or I can Pain Split as well. What's, oh, he does have the spikes here. Yeah, I'm going to actually defog here. Because rocks aren't doing too much to the rest of his team anyway. And he's going to take a bit more burn damage as well. Ferroseed's base HP is 44. I'm 50. I don't know how much that's going to get us. So first up, I'll just go for the defog here. Is Defiant Phalanx even available? It says I click defog. I'm like, ah, God, I don't want that. So and he's got heavy duty boots on the Charizard. So we'll defog to help out against our team as he goes through the Leech Seed. That's fine. We're going to Pain Split away some recovery as well and wear this thing down as much as we can. So he gets back. Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot to click Pain Split right now, actually. Because he has a lot of HP to take from. Let's go for that. Let's go for that Pain Split. Just to see how much we get. That's going to bring us back above half. That's going to put him under, or a little bit above half. So he's going to get a Spike Up, which is going to help out with Jirachi, unfortunately. I don't want that to be the case. I don't want that to be the case. God, he gets so much back from Leech Seed. That's unfortunate. Let's go. Just Air Slash. Let's get rid of this thing. Let me see if I can get a flinch. I don't want another layer of spikes up. There we go. There's some big boy damage. And he does get rocks up as well. So we can defog these away into another Air Slash probably. Actually, do I need a Pain Split first? He's getting 19 back. So we can live one more Leech Seed. Let's defog spikes away again one more time. Because we can live one more Leech Seed. So if he tries to attack me or anything like that, we'll be okay. because we can always come back in on whatever hazard he decides to set up right here. And if I have to play this with as minimal of hazards as possible, you know, so be it. I would prefer rocks to spikes. That way Jirachi and Scrafty aren't taking as much. And he goes for the gyro ball. That is not going to take me out. The leech seed, I'm going to actually die to leech seeds. The Ferroseed KOs. Ferroseed KOs. Ferroseed KOs Rotom. And now I think I can come in. Let's go out to Alexandria and just click Drain Punch. So, Alexandria against Phalanx with no Expert Belt and Brick Break. I have not seen his last move yet. 56 to 66. So if I can actually... And if I'm +1 defense, how much is that doing? 38 to 45. Let's just Drain Punch here. Because I think if anything, he might try to agility with the Phalanx. Drafty KO's Phalanx or Ferroseed. We're going to take a little bit of Iron Barb's damage as well. So if he's running agility, I might be able to get a bulk up off. I'm curious if Scrafty can just win this from here. I'm very, very curious if Scrafty can just win this from here. So I'm going to try to get a bulk up off right now. He withdraws, actually. So I guess he doubled. So, well, I guess he doubled. He did double. Maybe anticipating me to go onto something. So we're going to get our bulk up off. And now Charizard with Air Slash. I don't think should be... Yeah, Air Slash does 50 to 60 to us. We should be able to just click Drain Punch. Unless he gets like a really lucky flinch. And I think Scrafty's going to bring it home. There's the Air Slash. All right. And Scrafty is going to knock out the Charizard. And I think Scrafty brings it home for us right here. Scrafty KO Zard. And then Phalanx is going to come in one more time. We are +1. Brick Break should be doing 38 to 45 to us. And we are currently at... where are we at? Where are we at? 91. We're at 53. So he does not knock us out with a Brick Break. I think 2 Drain Punches should finish this off. $91 down to 17. That's 53 down to 9. Eesh. I think he actually knocks us out with the Brick Break here. So I think in order to preserve differential, as much as I want... What are we at? 62? 36. Yeah, no, he knocks us out with another one. And in order to preserve differential, I am going to go on in Tox Specs here. And that is going to be game. That is going to be game. We knocked out Ferroseed. We knocked out Rabombi, Charizard. Phalanx is the last one. So we are going to pick this up with the Scald. What was your last move? Agility, Throat Chomp, Brick Break, Blank. I'm curious now. I'm really curious about that last one. So let's go on ahead and just finish this up. We're going to finish this with the Scald Tox Specs picking up a KO. Oh my goodness. Iron Head was the last move. So he's going to try to flinch me. Oh, I like it. You got to play for that win. He gets a crit. He does not get the flinch. He does not get the flinch. Toxpex is going to pick up the last KO, and that is actually going to be the first win for the Detroit Steel Wings in Sword and Shield, actually. I am beside myself. I want to commend my friend Jorge on an incredible battle, guys. Go check out his side of the battle as well. go check out his channel. Go subscribe as well. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. Pick up the merch, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.